Now, once I talk about a fill series is nothing but generating series of number based on your criteria. Suppose if I type 1 and if I drag this, I'm simply dragging this, what happening or what's happening here? So just I typed number, sorry, I just typed number 1. Okay, I just typed number 1. I didn't do anything, just number typed 1, and I'm not holding my control key or a shift key or an alt key. I'm not holding any key, and straight away using my mouse, I'm just dragging the number or dragging that cell. So remaining cells are occupied or duplicated with a similar number. Okay, we can generate a duplicate number in a single click. And similarly, when I type 1 and when I hold my 1 and when I hold my control key, okay, I'm just holding my control key, and you can notice that there is an edge, and when I holding control key, there will be a 2 plus symbol at the edge. You can see that there is a 2 plus symbol. That means I am going to generate a series of number from 1 to wherever I'm going to stop. In this case, so this is number 1, and I'm holding my control key, and I'm just dragging this upper first cell. I'm dragging means in Excel we are replicating something, or we are populating some values based on, at present I'm holding my control key, so I wanted to generate a series of number. So this is a fill series. If you want to duplicate the same number, we can duplicate the number, and if you want to generate series of number, we can definitely generate series of number. Now once we are ready to duplicate or ready to generate series of number, then again we have a pattern concept. So what is the pattern concept? If I just type 1 and drag holding my control key or anything, so that will take the addition values. If I type 1 after that 3, okay, in first cell, you just forget this now because this is just to generate a duplicate value. Just you forget this. Now if I type 1 and if I type 3 here, so let me select both the cells 1 and 3, which is written in the two cells, and I'm not holding any my control key. At present I'm not holding my any control key, and you can see that there is no plus symbol at the corner, and when I drag this, what is happening? So it is generating the pattern the way we have created in the first two cells. See, 1 3 5 7 9. So this is the pattern which follows, right? So why or how it is generating a pattern? So what is the difference? This thing, 1 in a first cell and 3 in a first cell. So there is a, definitely I'm going to explain. So when I type 1 and I'm holding my control key, okay, type 1 and holding my control key, that means I'm going to drag the values adding one initial value. So if I'm holding control key and when I drag this to the next cell, what happened? That means the plus symbol says 1 already there. You add one more when you drag to the next cell. So 1 plus 1, next cell value is 2. So if I drag this one, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So like that, so the pattern follows here. Like that, the pattern follows here. So here it takes the minimum value to generate series of number. So that's what I said. Now if I just drag this, so when I drag this simply without holding any control key or any other key, I can generate or I can duplicate the numbers. When I type 1 and holding my control key and dragging this, that means I'm going to generate series of number. And similarly, when I'm going to type 1 and 2 here, or maybe 1 and 5 here, example. So that means I am generating the first level pattern and I'm going to generate second level pattern. So what is the second level pattern here? See, after 1, the number is 5. What is the difference? 2, 3 and 4. So there is a difference of 3 numbers, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, what is printed here in the second cell? 5 number. So difference is 2, 3, 4. So this is my pattern I want to follow. So I'm going to select both the cell and I'm not going to hold my control key because now System knows there is a pattern. After 1, there is a number 5 and system knows what will be the next number. So I'm not holding any control key and any plus symbol is not visible. Just only my cursor symbol plus is visible. See the difference. 1, 5, 9. So 6, 7, 8 is not there. So the three difference value 9. Then after that 10, 11, 12, it is not there. So 13 number is there. So the pattern you can define, and you can generate the values. So once again, suppose if I type 5 and 10 here, okay, suppose if I type 5 and 10 and I'm going to drag this, the same pattern follows 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's what we call it as a fill series. So this is what important Excel, even 10 and 20. Difference of same thing, 10 and 20. So I'm generating 1 and 1 again, right? So you define the pattern, then drag the cells. So you are able to generate the numbers. So, and there is one hidden concept in this. Why it is happening here? Whenever I drag 10 and 20, I'm just typing 10 and 20, okay, 10 and 20 and I'm dragging. So there is one hidden concept called step value. Original value 10 and it become a 20. In an Excel it become a 20. That means 10 plus 10, 20. So 10 is the original value plus 10 is the step value because you are going forward. Next step. What is the next step? Next step we wanted to have a 20. So 10 plus 10. So 10 is the original value. Another 10 is added, that is called as a step value. So 10 plus 10, 20. Like that pattern will follow. Right? So this is one of the example in fill series. Similarly, in a fill series, where is the fill series option? In a home ribbon, there is something called fill option here. Okay, there is something called fill option here. Initially, we have 4 options like down, right, up, and left. What are these options? Down, right, up, or left? So options are, suppose you have typed something here like Manipal. You have typed something like Manipal and which is align left, align center, vertical center, and the horizontal center. Just an example of a data. So this is there. So for you want to replicate this a particular concept or particular content. So what you do is instead of copy pasting is just locate your cursor, go to fill series and say up. The same replica of Manipal is recorded here. Even here, if you want to replicate this to right side, even if you want to replicate the same thing with left side, and the last one is the down. So we can replicate this data in any direction without doing any copy paste, or usually what we say, fill the same data to the next table. What we do, just we do copy and we say V, control V. So copy pasted, that we can do. Otherwise we can use this simple one, the down, right, up option. Okay, I cannot locate my cursor and say fill this, say fill up or right, so nothing will come because there is no source data at all. If I locate my cursor here and say down, it says it will record from the above value, it will record and it will insert the data. So they are the 4 directional option is available, you can try. Okay, apart from that we have 4 more options across worksheet, series, justify, and flash fill. So this is something new in Excel 2013. It is not there in 2010, but you can learn this option. Okay, don't worry about your chapters and the exam. Learn the concept. There is something like flash fill is added in the Excel 2013. Okay, something interesting. I'll definitely come back to you on this. So before that, let me clarify this option: series, justify, and flash fill. Later, I will take up this one. As of now, this is not activated. I'm not able to select this option. Okay, you may be thinking that there is some problem to activate this. Actually, there is not a problem. So you need to follow certain step to activate this. Those steps I'll definitely explain maybe in a later part. So first, let me take up the series option. Okay, in that out of four options, the first option series, which has the multiple component. One is series in rows and series in column. Okay, so what do you mean by this series in rows and column? Series means fill numerical values in which direction. So you want to fill in a row, you can go with the row. If you want to fill the data in a column, you can fill the data in a column. So that is a series direction. Okay, that is a series direction. And the next one is the type. What type of data you would like to have? Linear, growth, date, or autofill. What you would like to have. So you say linear, or what you would like to follow here in the first series, linear and the growth. So we can have linear first, then later I can explain remaining concept. So before I do that, I'll just click on cancel. So let me have some value. Definitely, I'm giving a more and more examples. Don't worry about the explanation. You can repeat any number of times because my motto is to make you understand. So first thing I'm going to teach you here is linear or a growth. So let me take any one value. Let me take one simple value. These things is not required now. So let me clear this. Okay, let me start with linear or a growth. So I'm starting with the number one, and again I'm going back to fill series and series. Okay, now in this case I would like to select column because I can explain in a column because I have some more example data in a row, so it will distract my data. You can also select row. I'm not denying that, but just to fill the data in column or fill the data in row. That's the difference. So I'm going to have it in a column, and I'm going to select the first option, linear. Now this trend right now it's not required. I will explain later. And there is something called step value. That's what I was talking about just now. Srishti asked what is the just now I have taken example of 10, 20, 30. So when I started with 20, that is 10, that is my original value. Okay, and in the next cell when I type 20, that means there is a difference of 10 numbers. So 10 plus 10, next cell it was 20. So step value is that 10. Okay, initial one is 10 and added 10, so it become 20 in the next cell. So that step value is 10. In this case, you can provide any step value, what you would like to generate, how you would like to generate the number. So step value, and I'm just providing you, for example, 1 here. Okay, starting already typed 1 in this cell, and as soon as I click on a series and a column and I type 1 here. Okay, here I'm typing 1, 2, 3, 20, 100. You can type anything. So I'm just typing 1 here. And what about this stop value? Okay, stop value is where you'd like to stop. Some cases I just hold my control key and I was generating series of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. So that is I'm holding control key and dragging. But I don't want to hold my control key and drag the cell. But I should know that where I have to stop. Say you decided to generate number 1 to 100. Example, or you decided to generate number 1 to 25 without dragging this cell. So how to generate number 1 to 25 using linear. So 1 is the starting number and the second cell should be 1 plus 1. So next cell will be 2. So again next cell 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4. So like that pattern will follow here. Okay, I'm starting with number 1 and I'm using linear method, and in a column I'm going to fill it in a column, and my step value is 1 and I'm going to stop somewhere at 25 just for your reference. Okay, remember column wise I'm filling the data in a column, I'm using linear, my step value is 1 and I'm going to stop this series in 25. So let me click on OK. What happened? So 1 plus 1 step value. So 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, like that. Till where? It stopped exactly at 25. So that's what we wanted to stop at, 1 to 25. Without holding my control key, without dragging my cursor, I'm able to generate a number. Once again, I'll just do control Z. Once again, one more example, fill series in a column only, linear only. Then step value, in this case, I'll provide you step value as 2. What will happen? 2 plus 1. In the next cell, it will be 3. So once this is 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. So that is my step value. So, and what is the stop value? You just put any stop value. 50 or 100 or 5,000 or 50,000. You can put the step value or a stop value. So step value is 2 and stop value is 50. I don't know where it should stop, and I just writing it as a 50 here, right? I don't know how many numbers it will generate. I'll just say step value 2 and stop value is 50. Why I'm telling this is, just now I'll tell you, click on OK. What happened? My series of number. So step value is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, like that. We stopped at how much? 50. But it is not showing the value of 50. Why? Because after 47, it adds 2. So 49. After 49, if it is going to add 2, because our step value is 2. So 49 plus 2, it becomes 51. But what I have typed? 50. So it stopped this, it stopped its job at this particular point of, right? So understood? Any confusion here? So I gave, once again, the starting value is 1 and series, and I just put as a 2 and I gave it as a 50. I don't know where it will stop. I put a 50, or I can put 60 also. So 2, you remember each generation number will add on with this number 2. So 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. So the same series goes on. So in this case, I put again 60, but it stopped at 59 because the step value is 2. So if we add 59 plus 2, it's going to be a 61, but I put it as a 60. Okay, so that we can take care, but not necessary. You don't have to worry. Still, if you want further, you can just generate the series of number continuously. There is not at all a issue. Just drag the cursor because pattern is already defined. Pattern means, in our case, original value and the step value. Right, that is your linear. This is adding. Linear is just a adding. There is no question of multiplying. Linear is addition. Okay, in simple word, addition. And not only like starting value 1 or 2, you can have any starting value 2 and fill series, column, linear, and step value also not only 1, you can also have step value 10. So 10 plus 2, 12. Next value will be the 12th value. The stop value, you can put it as a 500. Simply, right? 500 linear, 10 plus 2, right? The combination 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 10, 22. So like that, what we have given 500. So here 500 stopped at 492 because 492 plus 10, how much? It will be a 502. So it can't reach to that level. So it stopped at the previous level 492 only. Right? So you can decide pattern and you can work on a fill series. Similarly, the next one, I'm going to take a next example in a fill series. Growth. Growth means multiplication. Growth. Step value. You can take a step value. Okay. You can have any step value. You can put a 3 also. or 4, 5, 6, any value. You can put a step value and say around 5,000. Simple, any number or maybe 500. Right? So growth, this time growth, remember my starting value is 2 and my step value is 3 and I'm populating number in a column, right? I'm using column. So you just remember 2, 3, 500. What happened? 3 into 2, step value is 3, 3 into 2, 6, 6 into 3, 18, 18 into 3, 54, 15 into 3, 162, 16, 162 into 3, 486. So there is no further value because if I say 486 into 3, it becomes something different. Okay, something different value. So it stopped at 486 only. There is no further value calculation because my stop value is for 500 only. Once again, I'll do 2 is the starting value, anything 2, 5, 1, any value, and series growth, or maybe I can take one more 5 value, 5 into 5, 25, right? So stop value, just say 5,000. Remember 5 and 5,000. So 5 into 5, 25, 25 into 5, 125, 125 into 5, 625, 625 into 5, 3125, and I gave stop value as 5,000, but it cannot reach or it cannot go above 5,000 because 3,125 into 5, it become more than 15,000, so it can't reach or it can't go above 5,000. Right? So this is the growth. Linear is addition, growth is multiplication. Say for example, I type name I'm typing her name, Susti here, right? If I take this data and fill series and column and the growth, anyway, linear or a growth you can take and step value put anything and stop value is a 500. Okay, I just click OK. What happened? So you are not going to get any data in this case. You are not going to get any data because there is no question of multiplying or adding or anything else. There is no question because we are into field series. We are not into custom list. Custom list, we are able to only add alpha data. So there we added alpha data, custom list like Harish Mahesh example. But here it's only meant for the numerical value, numerical data. So it will not take any alpha data in a calculation, right? So this is clear now. In field series, these two things are clear. Linear and growth is clear. So step value and the stop value. Next, I'm going to explain here is example. In a field series, let me start with today's date 13th 02 2016. 13th February 2016 is today's date. Okay, you can start with any date. I thought of taking an exact date. So column, okay, I'm going to populate the date in a column. And in this case, you are not going to do anything with the linear or growth, but I'm going to do with a date here. Okay, date is the unit or a type here, date, and date unit. How you are going to generate this particular date? So how? So again, the step value and stop value comes here. So how many step value? You want a continuous day or you want alternative day that you can provide. In this case, if you want to have a continuous date, step value is 1. So because 13 February plus 1 means 14 February. 14 February plus 1 means 15 February. So step value is 1. So what is the stop value? What value I can provide here? Stop value. So stop value is I want to say till 25th March 2016. I want to stop this date as 25th March 2016. So, and what is my date unit here? So I'm going to generate date unit because step value is 1. So day unit, day 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is the day unit. Anyway, because our stop date is 25th March, it has to reach 25th March, that is March month, and because we're starting in a February month, so it will reach March month. And anyway, year is 2016, starting year is 2016 and ending year is 2016 only. So what I have given 25th March 2016, step value is 1. So let me click on OK. What happened? So till 25th March 25th March 2016, the date is going to generate using date unit. So you may be thinking that why you want to go to fill series and generate the date. Uh, can we just simply drag this date and generate the date? Definitely, we can. Definitely, we can generate the dates scrolling this. So there is one more option. Okay, there is one more option we can generate. And even if I drag this and selecting both the cell, and if you drag, I'm able to generate the pattern. Suppose if you are saying that instead of 14th, say 15th February, okay, 13th here, 15th February, and I'm going to drag this because I'm first in the first step 13th February and in the next date is 15th February because there is a gap of 2 14, there is a gap of 1 and the next date there is a two step value 13 plus 2 15 February. So pattern you can define and you can generate a number. Alternative day, continuous day, maybe once in a 3 days or once in a 5 days. Like that we can generate a pattern and we can drag this unless you are using this option like the fill series option using date unit, right? So date unit, step value and the stop value. You can also provide alternative days, 5 days, step value and stop value say 20th April 2016. Okay, remember step value is 5 and 20th April 2016 is the end value. 25th 20th April, not 25th, 20th April 2016 day only, and click OK. See here, the difference is step value is 5. So 14, 15, 16, 17. So fifth one is 18. So there is a difference of 5 number step value. So we are able to see the difference of 13, 18, 23 of difference of 5 dates. So this is a fill series and we have seen column and date, and the next one is weekday. Okay, the next unit. So we are into column and type is date, and instead of day, I'm just say weekday. Okay, I'm just selecting this option like weekday. What do you mean by weekday? Weekday. Okay, what do you mean by weekday? Weekday is nothing but your working day, not a weekend. Okay, I'm talking about weekday, not a weekend. So if I select this option in a date type, say weekday, and step value, let it be as a 1 only, and stop value, maybe I can provide you 15th March 2016. Okay, stop value I'm just providing as a 15th March and my starting day is 13th February. Remember, my starting date is 13th February, that is Saturday. Today is Saturday, 13th February, starting date, and my ending date is 15th March 2016, and I've highlighted weekday. So let me click on this OK and see that, and let me open calendar also. So because I started with February 13th Saturday, so it is considered here because I started with that. And what about the 14th? 14th, because even I give a step value as 1, that means I should get continuous day. So, but here the 14th is missing. 14th February 2016 is missing because that fall under week end. Even you can check the next week date like 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 22. Right here, see 20th and 21. So today is 30th. It is there because I started with 13th February. It is there. 14th is not there. Even the case with next week till 19th February, it is there. So 20th and 21 is excluded because we have selected excluding Saturdays and Sunday. Date is required excluding Saturdays and Sunday. Some cases we may have to require